So I'm just gonna kind of ramble a little bit for a minute. I've had a couple of drinks, and anyway, got a couple things to say. Take a look at this. Now, this isn't the official platform the Democrats are running on, but it feels like it might as well be. I'll never understand how accusing people of being terrible beasts and treating them like shit is somehow supposed to magically draw them to your cause. Hey, you fucking uneducated white male racist piece of shit Trump supporter, come to the party of tolerance, right? See, people don't respond in a positive manner when you shit on them. Weird, I know. I think our bullshit media, the same media that 96% of donated to Hillary's campaign, has convinced a lot of people of a laughably false narrative. I've talked before about how our media conditions people through repeated messaging. Honestly, it's why media gets egg on their face so often, but we'll get to that in a minute. Anyway, it's empowered and emboldened people to treat other Americans like second-class citizens without considering the consequences. Although I'm sure by now you can see those consequences. These buffoons can't quite seem to figure it out, though. It drives people away when you shit on them. Yeah, huge surprise, I know. It's the same thing you see with feminism, or at least what passes for feminism these days. But that's a separate matter. I've said for a year now that the fabled blue wave that's supposed to happen in the midterms will only be made of salty, salty tears. The reasons are easy enough to see if you aren't bound to party. Under the terrible and hateful Trump, we've seen a skyrocketing economy. We've seen the lowest unemployment in almost 2 decades, and also the lowest black unemployment in recorded history. You can say that's Obama's doing, but nobody believes that except media-conditioned, hate-filled, bitter fools. The truth of the matter is that businesses were taxed at the highest rate in the world under Obama, and they were getting choked out. They were leaving America. In no reality does that equate to what we see now. Believe what you will, it's irrelevant to reality. We have an almost 7-decade war ending with the Koreas with Trump in office. I'm not crediting him with that entirely, but according to the president of South Korea, it wouldn't have happened without him. I'm sure with enough mental gymnastics, one could even credit Obama with that, but again, that's Fantasyland. Enjoy that circle jerk. Maybe give Obama a second Peace Prize for that one. You see, the generic boogeyman stories of how Republicans hate black people or don't want women to have rights, they begin to wear thin. It becomes Chicken Little level ridiculousness. I'm reminded of some advice someone gave me once concerning workplace politics. People will stab at you in efforts to elevate themselves and belittle you. But should your performance be sound, eventually those blades will dull and ultimately become less effective, until they finally expose themselves as foolish and shallow. In a very genuine way, that's what we're now witnessing with the left. Fear-mongering stories that never quite seem to pan out. The constant Red Scare that has long ago lost any teeth to most rational people. 24/7 scare tactics on MSLSD. Remember when Trump was going to tank the economy? How'd that turn out? Remember when Trump was going to cause World War III by angering North Korea? Yeah, that totally happened. The left seems to have no message, no plan. They run on "we're not Trump." Is that really a good idea at this point? I don't think so. Anyway, the only real purpose to this video is a message to the left. I think one party having so much power is bad. I don't care what party that is. It's always a bad idea. Can you say that about Democrats if you're a Democrat? If not, maybe take a closer look at your biases. If the Republicans get many more seats, they'll be able to start changing the Constitution. Open your eyes. Get rid of losers like Pelosi that tell stories of regretting being white while becoming 100 millionaires. Get a plan, a real plan, and run on that. You need a message. And if it's guilting and shaming people while proclaiming to be the party of tolerance, you better wake the fuck up. Identity politics is a loser. Ditch it. If not...
It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal. You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
There won't be a blue wave. You lose. You're ridiculous and your credibility is shot. Go make something of yourself if you ever hope to save your party. If you're an idiot, you'll call me a right-winger. If you can read between the lines even a little bit, you'll see that I'm begging you to wake up. A two-party system is a joke for sure, but a one-party system? Yeah, that's even worse. Compete. Bring new ideas. That's all I got.